Hello everyone, welcome to another Dragon Ball Daima episode talk! Oh my god, this episode, boys. This episode, finally retribution for us GT fans. Finally! We've won. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves, so let's just talk about this episode in the pieces in which the episode happens. So, last episode, Goku went Super Saiyan 3, and now he's gonna use all of that Super Saiyan 3 power against Goma, because there's really no other choice. This dude is way too powerful. So Super Saiyan 3 does some damage to him, and Ku then realizes something, leaves, and we'll see him later. So Do and Tamagami number 1 join in on the fight as well. Do is just very excited. He seems like he has some Saiyan DNA after all. But it's still not enough to bring the guy down. So Ku returns with a gigantic chocolate chip cookie, and he throws it at Do. Do eats it, and then he sees Goku powering up, so he powers up as well, but then also mimics Goku's hairstyle, so in a way, he goes Super Saiyan 3, I guess, or Super Majin 3. And they once again take on Goma, but it still isn't enough, no matter how many punches and kicks. That evil eye makes Goma even bigger and even stronger. So Goma has enough of all of it, and he uses some kind of an eye laser from that third evil eye, and then starts beating Goku up until there's nothing left. And then right as he can do the killing blow, he leaves in order to charge up some big attack. And Neva sees this, goes over to Goku, holds out his hand, charges something, and puts it inside of Goku. And here we go, boys, because this power that Neva uses goes deep within the DNA of Goku and pulls out something primal. Yes, boys, finally, after so long, Super Saiyan 4 is canon! He goes Super Saiyan 4. Now, I had a feeling that maybe they were gonna do that, but I did not dare to hope and dream for Super Saiyan 4, because, like, if I expected Super Saiyan 4 and they weren't gonna do it, I would have been destroyed, okay? But they've done it. He goes Super Saiyan 4, a redesigned Toriyama Super Saiyan 4. Instead of having black hairs, this Super Saiyan 4 has red hair. Also, the arm fur doesn't reach as far as the GT one, and also his hands and arms and I think legs are bigger now to emulate more of the monkey style. And the biggest thing of all, he doesn't turn back into an adult. And my reasoning for that is the end of this episode, but we'll get there when we get there. But finally, Super Saiyan 4, and I've seen people just complain about it. Because of course, why wouldn't you? Huh? Finally something good happens and you're just like, oh, but how does this line up with Super? What do you mean? First of all, he needed Neva's power to do it. And second of all, if you look at the Super Saiyan 4 lore, I guess, the only way to get Super Saiyan 4 is to have the tail. It's why Goku in Dragon Ball GT was able to transform into Super Saiyan 4 at will. He had the tail. Vegeta needed the Blood Wave machine in order to do it, because he doesn't have a tail. Which I think is a stupid thing, but we'll get it. But who cares? He doesn't have a tail in Daima either after Super Saiyan 4 gets taken away. So without a tail, he can't go Super Saiyan 4. And without Neva, he can't go Super Saiyan 4. So that's why in Dragon Ball Super, Goku never went Super Saiyan 4. Because, like, everyone always wants to find trouble. Also, to everyone who says that Daima is ruining the Dragon Ball franchise, what you are saying is that Toriyama is ruining the Dragon Ball franchise. The people who say that can never say anything is canon again, because Toriyama worked on it. Because Toriyama worked on this as well. And I guess now we have 3 inconsistencies with Dragon Ball Daima and Dragon Ball Super. Number 1, we have the whole defusion of Kabutokai. We have to wait until the end of the show. Maybe they'll refuse again. We also have Vegeta going Super Saiyan 3, which is not really an inconsistency, because of the fact that why would Vegeta ever use Super Saiyan 3? Also, during the Beerus slapping Bulma part, Anger doesn't activate Super Saiyan 3, so Vegeta wouldn't have been able to go Super Saiyan 3. I think I already went into that in the Super Saiyan 3 video, so you can watch that. And now we have this Super Saiyan 4, which can also easily be explained away. The only thing that is kind of a little bit of a retcon, I guess, is Goku saying that's to Beerus that Super Saiyan 3 is the final Super Saiyan transformation. That is not true. It is the final one that he can have without help from others, I guess. But there is still Super Saiyan 4. So that's a slight retcon. But let's be honest here. That's not as bad as like what Dragon Ball has already done. I mean, in the original manga, you have the fact that Frieza remembers Bardock. If you watch the Bardock special, you understand why. If you watch Dragon Ball Super Broly, you don't. Because after Dragon Ball Super Broly, the beginning part, why would Frieza remember Bardock? It just doesn't make any sense. So there has already been, and also, by the way, that also counts for minus, Dragon Ball minus. But there's already been some retconning. I mean, back in the day, it was officially stated that senzu beans feed you for 10 days. And human characters like Krillin and Yamcha take senzu beans, and the next day they eat. So there's been retcons throughout this franchise, okay? But I don't care. I'm so happy because that was the main reason why I was still hanging on to GT in that sense. Where it's like, you have Super Saiyan 4, my favorite transformation. And now it's officially canon, so I don't necessarily have to hold on to GT. I would love to see how they will bring it back, or if they will bring it back. Maybe this could be a form that Broly obtains. And also permanently obtained. But anyway, we now have this really cool sequence of Goku going Super Saiyan 4. And he then blocks the ball and pushes it away, all GT style. Not necessarily, I mean, with Gogeta, it was more of a kick, but you know what I mean. And then he proceeds to hand Goma's behind because of the fact that he just beats up Goma. And then other characters start to join in the fight as well, except for Vegeta, who is way too badly damaged. And I'm like, what happened to you? I actually kind of forgot, but I don't think it was that impactful. Everyone's been hit during this battle. Why are you so damaged? But I think the reason for him being so damaged is because he will find the bugs. And that will lead to fusion in the next or final episode. But probably next episode. But they all do their best. Especially because Goku is kind of just like charging something. So the gang is like, alright, we need to back up Goku. So Glorio and Piccolo use a powerful attack together against Goma's beam. And we have a bit of a beam struggle. But it doesn't work because, you know, Goma's too powerful. So Goku charges up a Kamehameha and Goma breaks the rules. Who does he think he is? Alright, you don't break the rules. When someone is charging a powerful attack, you don't attack them. That's the rule. Simple as that. Goma just punches Goku when Goku goes Ka. And it looks like it was a very heavy punch, but that is just for the viewer to be shocked because afterwards Goku goes Kamehameha. And it's initially a blue Kamehameha, and then it's like a fire Kamehameha. It's not the red Kamehameha that Super Saiyan 4 is known for in Dragon Ball GT, sadly enough. I would have loved it if that was it. But he uses that power, knocks Goma all the way down. And then the third eye charges up Goma once again, makes him even bigger. And then the third eye has this attack where it uses it on Goku, envelops him in some kind of bubble, and then drains his Super Saiyan 4 form. To Super Saiyan 3, to Super Saiyan 2, to Super Saiyan 1, the base form. Basically drains all of his energy. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Glorio gets contacted by Arinzu and she's like, it's time to make the wish. So Glorio goes to Hybis and she's like, can I have the balls? And Hybis is like, oh thank God. Finally, someone takes these things away from me. So Glorio arrives with the balls and obviously Arinzu is like, I want to become the supreme ruler with all of the power of magic and everything. So hurry up and make the wish. Make me all powerful and all rulery. And Glorio is initially hesitant. He thinks back to the fun times he had with Goku and Pansy and all that stuff and how much those guys are fighting right now for the demon realm, and also how much they fought in order to get these Dragon Balls. And then Arinzu is like, hey, hurry this along. What are you doing? Come on, hurry up. So Gloria puts down the Dragon Balls, and Arinzu apparently thought it would be a good idea to have Glorio learn the Namekian language instead of herself, which is where she horribly went wrong. How stupid do you have to be in order to give someone else the language and they can make the wish, and you will not understand what that wish is? Like, you can't stop Glorio. When Glorio makes the wish, whatever he says, you will not understand what he's talking about. So he could make the wish for you or for them. You won't know. If it was in a language that you understood, you could have stopped him when he was like, I wish for them. Them. Hey. About that them part. Don't you them this. You are here for me, not for them. So Glorio calls the dragon, and we have a red version of Porunga, which is also a Dragon Ball GT reference because the Shenron in Dragon Ball GT's Black Star Dragon Ball Saga is also red, or I think it was called Ultimate Shenron, but still, that thing was also red, so another Dragon Ball GT reference. Because also recently in an interview it came out that this was made with GT in mind. Like initially, people when this started, people were like, oh yeah, this is GT because of the fact that everyone's turned into children. And it's like, okay, yeah, Goku is a kid. That is very GT. But that's about it. But now we have Super Saiyan 4 and the Red Dragon. Yeah, okay, this is entirely made for the GT generation. And I love the fact that they're appealing to the GT generation. Also, people are thinking that they're gonna rename this form and not call it Super Saiyan 4. And I think that that would be the dumbest thing you can do. Just call it Super Saiyan 4 Daima. That's all you need to do. Because of the fact that, if you look at it, Super Saiyan 4 is really popular. They make a lot of money off of, like, merch from Super Saiyan 4. If you look at back in the day, until before we got Super, most of the video games had like Super Saiyan 4 in there or GT characters, but Super Saiyan 4, mainly with like Budokai 3, you had Super Saiyan 4 on the forefront. Super Saiyan 4 is a really popular form. If you rename this form to something else, I feel like the merch sales could drop. Now you can sell 2 versions of Super Saiyan 4. That's double the money. Think about it. I don't know, Toei, I guess? I don't know who does the merch rights, but still, think about it. You can just have Super Saiyan 4, but this is the Daima version instead of, you know, the GT version. The other one will be renamed to Super Saiyan 4 GT. And you have Super Saiyan 4 Daima. But anyway, when the dragon is summoned, Goma isn't really happy about it, so he flies over to the dragon, and then the dragon just like flicks him away like we were having a conversation. How powerful is this dragon? Because you gotta think back. Way back in Dragon Ball. I know most of you people haven't either seen it or read it, but still, think back to OG Dragon Ball. When King Piccolo makes his wish, he kills Shenron afterwards. Shenron isn't supposed to be that powerful, but this one, Porunga at least, is really powerful. He just flicks Goma away like he's nothing. It's the funniest thing. Goma's just like, stop this, and he's like, no. Let's finish up this episode with the fact that Glorio makes his wish. And I'm not gonna repeat what he says, except for the last word he uses, which is Chaldup. Now, the next episode's title is Betrayal, and also, in the next episode preview, we don't get to see anything. It's just Arinzu is like, yes! And then you see the Dragon Balls vanish, and you see the dragon once again. That's the next episode preview. So they are really keeping a tight lid on what's gonna happen. However, I think with the child up thing that Glorio says at the end, I think basically that means that he wished for everyone to become adults again, which would be the logical thing, and also could be a reason for why Super Saiyan 4 did not give Goku an adult form. Because they're gonna wish him back to adulthood anyway. Because in GT, he wasn't gonna get an adult form ever again. He was gonna stay a kid for the remainder of that show. So, in order to bring back adult Goku, let's have Super Saiyan 4. So that's why I just hope that Neva uses his powers again on Goku to give us Super Saiyan 4 again to finish off the show, kind of. Maybe like they'll give... Alright, here we go. I'm gonna do a little bit of speculation on the next episode. Are you ready? Alright, there we go. So Glorio makes the wish for everyone to turn back into adults. Afterwards, Goku asks for Neva to give him back Super Saiyan 4, which Neva obliges. But he then also gives it to Vegeta. And Vegeta and Goku will then fuse into whatever that fusion is going to be called. And then they're going to take on Goma, but specifically the eye. They're going to try and get rid of the eye, because let's be honest here, without the eye, Goma is kind of weak. That is just a speculation that I have, but to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised by it, since this is a fan service show in a way towards the GT fans. What was the big thing that happened in Dragon Ball GT? It was Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That was the big thing. Also, just a little bit of a heads up. I actually spent this morning, I'm recording this on Saturday, recording in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, basically Super Saiyan 4 versus Dragon Ball Super. However, I don't have the DLC for the Cell Max, so I decided to use Semi-Perfect Cell instead. Also, this is why in Dragon Ball Super we don't have Super Saiyan 4 Goku, because he's just too powerful, people. He's just too powerful. But anyway, that's what I think they're gonna do with Dragon Ball Daima's next episode. episode. Glorio is gonna betray Rinzu, get everyone back to adulthood, and then we're gonna get a Super Saiyan 4 fusion between Goku and Vegeta that will take on Goma, get rid of the eye, and then afterwards they'll split because, of course, why wouldn't they? Fusions never really do anything anyway, so why start now? I mean, in Dragon Ball GT, Gogeta didn't really do anything. Neither did Vegito the 2 times he appeared, back in Z and in Super. He also didn't do anything. Technically, the only one who has ever really done anything is Gogeta from the non-canon movie Fusion Reborn, because Broly was teleported away, so that fight, I mean, Gogeta was gonna win it, let's be honest here, but that fight was also not finished. But I loved this episode, also specifically because of Super Saiyan 4. However, now we come to the debate. Which one did it better, Daima or GT? And I have to give it to GT, because GT had a couple of episodes leading up towards Super Saiyan 4. I mean, they had Goku go back to the Kai world, where they spend a couple of episodes pulling out his tail. Then, after that, by the way, I feel like Goma being gigantic and going up against Super Saiyan 4, it's kind of a reference to Baby as well. Just came to my mind. But anyway, they pulled out the tail, then had Goku go Big Monkey, then had Goku go Super Big Monkey. And then after that, after Pan was like, please, Grandpa, please, he went into Super Saiyan 4. There was a lot of build-up towards that. Here it's just a, by the way, here's a power-up, and apparently that power-up accidentally hits your, like, primal form and brings it out and gives you Super Saiyan 4. It's a bit lesser than the way that GT did it, but overall, I thought that this was really, really good. I liked it. I loved the battle, the fact that Goku was just dominating, and how powerful is that third eye? Because no matter how powerful our main cast gets, it seems like the way that it happened is like, if someone goes, I have infinite strength, and then someone else just goes, I have infinite +1 strength. That is kind of what the eye looks like, where it's just like, no matter what, it goes to infinity +1. No matter how powerful you are, the eye is more powerful. However, it does mean that Goma keeps getting bigger and bigger. But I can't wait to see how Daima ends. I've loved Daima so far. However, I will say this, people are correct with the fact that this kind of feels a bit first drafty. That is the main problem with Dragon Ball Daima, where it's like, the script should have had another look over. It seems like this was the first draft, and they just went into production with it because of the fact that Toriyama wrote it, and they didn't kind of like double check it in order to make sure if everything worked. Because I mean, we still had that filler episode right at the wrong moment. If that episode was way earlier, a little bit earlier, it would have been way better. So the script did deserve another look over, but overall I am really enjoying Dragon Ball Daima, and I'm enjoying it more than Dragon Ball Super, but that's also because Super is entirely held back by the Goku Black arc, which is an arc, the only arc in Dragon Ball that really makes me upset. The one that I just don't like. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't like that arc, and one day I will be talking about that arc 7 years, 5 years from now, I don't know. Because after this is done, like I said, I'm gonna start reviewing the original Dragon Ball anime, and I'm gonna be doing that weekly, and then also after that is done, we'll get into Z, Super, well, Z Kai, but Super, GT, Heroes maybe even, but we'll get there eventually. But I'm just not a big fan of that, and Daima hasn't made me that angry, so that's why Daima is above it. Is it above GT? Yeah, I think so. At the moment it is, because GT had really good ideas. They were just never really realized the way that they should have been realized, sadly enough. But I don't need GT anymore, because Toriyama has given me exactly everything that I wanted. A canon Broly, canon Gogeta, and canon Super Saiyan 4. I've gotten everything that I want. The future of Dragon Ball looks weird, actually. It doesn't really look bright, necessarily. But that's also because of the fact that it's like, we don't really know where the future's gonna go. I mean, we're getting, I think this month, we're getting like a special manga written by Toyotaro, and we don't even know when the next arc is gonna start there. We don't even know when that's gonna be animated, so we have a lot of questions ahead of us. Also, Vegeta must feel really bad right now, because the fan base for the past, I don't know, 25 years, something like that, has been bullying Vegeta with a lack of Super Saiyan 3. So Vegeta finally gets Super Saiyan 3, and Goku still has to one-up him and get Super Saiyan 4. Unless he gets Super Saiyan 4 in the next episode, he's never gonna live this one down, sadly enough. Poor Vegeta. But I think this is where I'm gonna end it. I love this episode. This talk has been very long. Luckily enough, I recorded 20 minutes of footage for for it. So hopefully I have enough footage in order to get through this episode. So I'm gonna hand it off to you guys. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about this episode. Did you love Super Saiyan 4's big return and canonization? Or did you hate it? And also, what is your speculation on the next 2 episodes? Because I've already given you mine. But with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new to the dance array. Turn on notifications and don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel. Link in the description and at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys next week. Also, the floor is not going to be done until March. So I'll be able to finish up Daima. Yay. But next week, we'll see what the betrayal truly offers and what the ending of Daima is potentially gonna look like. So bye.